Hi, everyone. This is the Rocker Skating Podcast, your weekly news of the week for January 28th to January 24th. There was actually a lot of news this past week as we were going all four continents. And maybe let's start with some fun flag bearer news because there were a couple of immigrants, if you will, who got some flag bearer duties, which was really fun to hear. Olivia Smart, the British turned. Does she have
Spanish?
another?
No,
Yeah,
she's
did she have
always-
another before?
I mean, French-Canadian. No, but she's only
Yeah.
skated for internationally for England and Spain, as far as I know.
Okay. The British turned Spanish ice dancer, Olivia Smart,
Montreal resident.
a Montreal resident, very, very cosmopolitan. And people keep being like, does she even speak Spanish? I mean, you have to actually speak Spanish to be able to get your citizenship in Spain. So yes, she does. She's going to be one of the flag bearers for Spain, which was really fun. It is also, of course, the day before the rhythm dance.
Oh dear,
Is it? No, I'm wrong.
it's right. It's very close, though.
It's very close.
Actually, I have the schedule on my phone. Let me see.
No, it should be fine. It's the day before the team event, free dance. That's what it is. Okay.
Oh well, she won't be in that. So
Right. And then the rhythm dance actually happens on the 9th, so she'll be fine. She just won't end up going to the team event.
I feel like Olivia Smart could do the opening ceremony and the rhythm dance in the same day, and she would be fine.
I don't doubt it.
And then she'd do a
given those
podcast episode about it.
Given those choreographic lifts.
Yeah.
And then in other European flag bearing news, Julia Sauter is going to be a flag bearer for Romania. That's fun. I'm glad
That's
she's
cool.
getting recognized for it because she is, when was the last time we had a Romanian women's single skater at the Olympics? It's been a while.
Yeah.
So
I think it's interesting Germany doesn't have a women's entry at the Olympics, and she is German.
Yeah, German turned Romanian. I mean, we talked about this before on the podcast where what was the lore that, Michelle, I'm going to give you the lore. What was the lore?
Oh, on Julia Sauter?
On Julia Sauter, yeah.
I think the German Federation wasn't that supportive of her, or her coaches, they weren't enthusiastic about her skating or something. She was kind of held down at a lower level, and she was just like, well, okay, I'm going to go skate for Romania because I think her dad is Romanian. I'm just digging through my brain right now. I've no
You had said
here.
something about her not meeting some sort of like technical requirement as a junior skater, and
I
they
vaguely
wouldn't give
remember
her. They either wouldn't give her funding or they wouldn't put her on the team or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, "See you later. I'm going to Romania."
Yeah.
So Romania, Julia Sauter. A couple of bits of retirement or not retirement news. Sota Yamamoto and Gabby Daleman both said that they are going to continue next season.
Let's go.
Yeah, both of them had a great...
We need more Gabby Daleman.
We do. I was hearing actually through the grapevine that she wanted to make this like, it was like Olympics or bust, but I think she's been probably reflecting on her progress and the fact that she like get all this stuff back and getting good scores and all that stuff that that she's able to do that. So good to know that we're gonna get more, like we're getting, I think, fewer retirement announcements than we thought we would, which is great for those of us who have been following these skaters for a long time.
Just wait till April. It'll be like a rain shower.
Well, we didn't have to wait till April to get Tomoki Hiwatashi's retirement.
Yeah.
I will say I was not taken by surprise by it, although I was taken by surprise that he decided to announce it at Four Continents as opposed to later on in the season, because he is second alternate to the world team.
Well, maybe he's just not going to train. So
I
guys
think
have figured it out.
I know. I think he's done. I think he's done. He said it in the Kiss and Cry after his free skate at Four Continents. We were all trying to figure out, like, was that like a thank you for my final performance here at the Four Continents Championships, or like, thank you for watching the final performance of my career. So
Yeah,
I texted him and he confirmed it.
yeah.
Um, he's he feels, I mean, the way that he was texting obviously was not
Mhm.
a it wasn't a live conversation, but the way he was texting, it felt like there was like a burden lifted off his shoulders. Like
Yeah.
it seems like he's at ease with it. So
Well, I'd be relaxed too if I didn't have to skate anymore. That's a lot of work. I wouldn't wanna move back to the US, though. I mean, I wonder if he can keep living in Japan
I don't
because
know.
that sounds fun to me.
So that was some retirement and non-retirement news. And then the continuing story of what is happening with Sarah Conti and
Mm,
her knee.
mhm.
She has a right knee brace on. She posted an off ice lift on Instagram, but but she's not on the ice. And we have a week and a half left before the team event starts.
Really worrisome. I
Yeah,
mean,
it
they
is.
Italy needs them to get on the podium in the team event. Like, they are very important to that effort. Um, and they're a very strong medal contender in the pairs event. I really hope she's okay.
The way
The
that
timing,
the way that they've been skating all season, they would have won Europeans fairly easily.
easily,
Yeah.
easily.
Uh,
It's like ordering a pizza easily. I mean, they were so good at the Grand Prix final. Sorry,
Michelle, we're
you
gonna
know.
order so many pizzas in Milan.
Yeah, us and the Pizza King.
Excited for the pizzas.
Mhm,
So what we'll keep an eye out on Sarah Conti and see
mhm.
what happens with her. Let's really hope that she's miraculously making a comeback very soon because we need her here. We absolutely need her here. Um, so let's talk through actually some Russian skating news.
Mhm,
We, in a lot of ways, we sort of have to come back to Russian skating because one, we're about to get some Russian skaters in the
mhm,
Olympics, and two, the possibility of Russian skaters coming back to the international field
mhm.
is there. I don't know
Yeah.
how high it is, but it's there, and so um, that also means that we've seen some familiar names come out of the woodwork.
Mhm.
So what happened in Russia?
Well, Alexandra Trusova is back training and, with a goal of competing at the 2030 Olympics. She's got all of her triples back, triples back. Um, I mean, her baby's still like an infant, but she's out there jumping, and she has returned to train with Eteri Tuperidze. She was deciding between Tuperidze and Plashenko, and she said she always felt more protected when she was with Tuperidze, so she went there. Um, Aliona Kosternaya, who is now a pair skater, she and her husband Georgi Kunitsa have moved with their coach to Angels of Plashenko. So they will be working with Evgeny Plashenko on jumps and training as a pair team there at his rink in his club. And it's kind of interesting because, Trusova previously trained with Tuperidze and Kosternaya previously trained with Plashenko. Yeah, and these girls are back training. And then Kamila Valieva, whose ban ended on Christmas Day, is now back training. She's training. She's not with Tuperidze anymore. She's training with Svetlana Sokolovskaya, who is now in Tatiana Navka school. And Valieva is doing, like, all of the, Navka skating shows, but she's also, like, planning to come back to competitive skating, and we're going to see her, I believe, and Trusova. Well, we're gonna see. I don't think I'm gonna see it. We're gonna hear about it. They're doing a jumping competition next week in Russia, the Russian jumping competition, so, yeah, we'll see.
It's literally like when people are like, "This isn't figure jumping, it's figure skating," and then there's
Yeah,
the Russian figure jumping
yeah.
competition.
I remember Nathan Chen was supposed to go, I think, to Sochi to do their jumping competition after the Beijing Olympics, but then, of course, that never happened because they invaded Ukraine. But yeah, and then Adelia Petrosian and Pyotr Gumenik, we're going to see them at in Milan. and Victoria Safonova from Belarus, and the ISU just changed their rule and is now not the ISU, the IOC changed their rule and will now be allowing them to, do media, so we may get to talk to them. Um, as I say, most Tuparise students don't talk to the media when they're at the Olympics, except, like, after they skate, so we'll see if we can talk to Petrosian or not, but I'm guessing Gumenek might come in the mix zone. We'll see.
I think it's interesting that the whole thing when they said the Russian skaters, the AIN skaters, are could not or were not allowed to
Mhm,
do media. I feel
mhm,
like there was part of it that we don't really know what the reasoning was for it.
yeah,
Folks kind of saw that as like they're either trying to protect these athletes from
mhm,
being overly asked questions or harassed or something
mhm.
to, they're I don't know, we're not allowed to or the media doesn't is not allowed to talk to them because it
They don't
doesn't
want it to be a
that
story that
they,
they're
yeah,
there.
yeah, or that like the AIN athletes shouldn't be given the platform to talk. Like
Yeah, that too.
there was a question of like what was that?
Yeah,
I will never know what it was, but it doesn't matter now because
mhm,
they can actually do it. So
yeah. I I feel like it might have been a way of not making them walk through the mix zone, because I remember in Beijing, I mean, it was a different situation, but Valieva was definitely harassed in the mix zone in Beijing, and maybe it was a situation where they envisioned that these athletes just wouldn't go through the press area, and so
yeah,
that circumvented those. I don't know, maybe they'll have the option because the rule is everyone has to walk through. You don't have a choice.
right. Like
So if
you can walk through and not say anything. That's
yeah,
fine. But
yeah,
you always the a little behind the scenes for
mhm,
those of you who are interested in what happens at the Olympics. They actually have this like very long and windy path
mhm,
that you go from going off ice to the locker rooms,
mhm,
and that path leads you to various stations where different types of media are allowed to go
mhm,
in order to talk to the skaters after the mix or at the mix zone after
mhm,
practices, after competitions, all of that stuff. And so the somewhat hilarious thing about mix zones at the Olympics is that these skaters would just like probably walk 2 to 3 minutes
in their
through this
guards.
in their guards through this
Yeah,
winding path just to get to the locker room.
uh-huh,
And then some of them are like, I'm not saying anything. And then some of them
yeah,
just like they basically stay in the mix zone for like 30 minutes because they're so
yeah,
excited to be there to talk to
yeah,
media, to trade pins.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's where I get the majority of my pin trading
yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
um
But
so
if you request someone else, like if you request a coach or you request, someone from the personnel or you request an athlete, they have to walk through. And I remember we tried, I think it was in Korea, we wanted to talk to a Terry Tuperidze because her students weren't speaking, and they made her walk through. And she, like, was walking through, and it's like she came around the corner, I couldn't believe it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Terry, thank you for coming to talk to us." And she said looked at me and she said, "I'm not coming, I'm just walking through." And she just walked by, walked the whole mix zone, didn't speak to anyone. She may have, like, winked at the Russian media, but that was it.
those were the weird days when
Oh, yeah.
frankly it there were certainly people. There always are people in the skating world who feel like they sort of own the place.
Yeah.
And there was none of it was more telling than the stuff that happens at the
Yeah.
Olympics.
Yeah. It's interesting too because like an ISU competition. The mix zone is much smaller, but at the Olympics, it's incredibly long, and there's all these different stations. And I think sometimes skaters don't know, like that they can just walk through sometimes, or they just
Yeah,
feel rude doing that. But I remember
yeah.
in Nick told us our friend Nick McCarville was in the mix zone during the rhythm dance in, Pyeongchang, and, after Gabriella Papadakis had her costume incident and the team was, like, devastated, they went through and they stopped at every single media outlet that wanted to talk to them, not realizing or maybe, not just deciding they wanted to do that or maybe not realizing they didn't have to.
Hmm.
But you don't have to. You can tell us no.
Yeah.
Um
You
you
could
know,
just walk by.
just walk by.
Attention
Yeah.
skaters, you can just walk by if you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
Um, okay, let's finish this news of the week with
Okay.
something very frivolous. Um, so Michelle and I have been talking about heated rivalry a lot and our obsession with it. But there is actually a figure skating show that has come out on Netflix, and it's called Cringingly Finding Her Edge. Um,
I wanna know who at Netflix is pitching these ideas of girls doing singles that get injured and then try pairs and ice dance.
it's
That's not the
such
reason people try pairs and especially pairs. This one's ice
it's
dance though, right?
yeah, as I stance.
Spitting
It
out was pairs.
it is very much the trope that um I loved this movie, but it started the trope. It or
Cutting
at
edge.
least for me it started the trope.
Mhm.
Cutting edge, right? Um
Yeah, but she was
the
already a crazy pair girl.
well
They
no
went and
no
found him a partner.
no, I thought oh yeah, no, she was a crazy pair girl.
Mhm.
And
She just needed a
he was
dude.
a hockey skater who
Yeah.
like had his eye socket blown out by some kind of
Yeah.
like check, you know, very Shane Hollander of him. And then ended up like being recruited to go do pairs
Mhm.
with oh my god, I can't even remember her name.
Toe pick.
Um Topic.
Toe pick.
Uh and and that was like the starting of the romance drama of the
Yeah.
whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And subsequently, since 1992, there have been many of these
Mhm.
types of like, this is how apparently heterosexual relationships start
Oh my
in
god.
in
Yeah.
figure skating.
You know what? We should write our own.
I
Let's put
That's
our
what I
ideas
was
together and
saying.
pitch it. Yeah. Huh. And it can be like making fun of that trope, but also being like an amazing show.
It was one of the reasons why I found Blades of Glory to actually
Mhm.
be so refreshing was that it
Mhm.
wasn't that trope.
Yeah.
And Blades of Glory, out of all of the figure skating movies out there, is actually one of the most accurate figure skating movies
Yeah.
out there,
Yeah.
regardless of the
Yeah.
Iron Lotus and all of that nonsense.
And it
Like,
has Michelle Kwan in it.
there's Michelle Kwan in it. So,
Yeah.
Blades of Glory. I did an entire like thing about it, about how it's so much more accurate than other figure skating movies.
I was an
Um,
Ice Castles kid. I was all
I
about the
never
Ice
saw Ice
Castles.
Castles. I know,
Jackie.
I know.
Okay, you need to do that, like, this week. That's an important rite of passage in your life as a figure skating fan. I mean, it's like it shows Colorado Springs in, like, the '70s and what it was like. It was like I mean, I'm very, hyper realistic, but, and the love story is not about any the dude is not a skater. There's 2 dudes, neither one is a skater. One's the boy next door, and one is, like, a very excited agent.
Okay,
So,
this sounds
yeah.
like a Hallmark movie,
Was
like
so good. It's so good.
it's like Sweet Home Alabama, but
Yeah,
for
and it's about a
skating.
girl who has all this, like, raw talent, and they're trying to package her into this, like, look, and it's just, like, reining in who she really is, and she just has to rebel against it, and then something happens,
Oh, and then something
and there's an
happens.
incredible song.
Oh my god.
I had the sheet music to play the theme song on piano when I was a little girl. I probably still had it till my, like, mom sold her piano, like, a year ago. Yeah.
This
Melissa Manchester, Through the Eyes of Love.
oh my god. And nobody skated to it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, there was a junior team for a US junior team. They kept their program for 2 seasons. They had an Ice Castles program, and she even
Wow.
had the blue dress with Lexi written on the neck, which was, like, true to the film, and I don't remember whether the girl's name was actually Lexi or not, but, yeah, you would know them if I looked up their names, you'd remember them.
Mm.
Oh,
Well,
you are
that's
missing out.
apparently
Oh
so,
my
apparently so.
god.
Uh, anyway, the point was, Finding Her Edge is, from all that I've heard about it, because I have not given myself the opportunity to watch it, because I think I will just be upset the entire time if I watched it. Um, from everything that I've seen of it, the the clip of her doing a triple toe and then falling in a very regular fall and apparently hurting herself in that very
Yeah.
regular fall, to people being like,
Wearing skates on their shoulder
"Oh gosh,
backstage.
skates on their shoulders are worse." Why would they not even like consult a
It's
They
crazy.
probably they probably did, that's the
I mean,
thing.
I tried watching Spinning Out. I felt like that too. I'm like, "Are you kidding? Literally?" Like, and you like, Netflix is based in LA. There's like you cross the street and you run into a skater there. I mean,
And they'll do it for free.
yeah, they will.
I like,
Call us.
it's just it's just so mind-boggling
Yeah.
why. And it's not just figure skating movies, it's like sports movies in general that, like, they just wanna, like, do these, like, cinematic things that make
Mhm.
the whole thing just completely wrong. I don't know, it's I thought about watching it, I thought about doing a reaction series,
Mm.
and I
No.
can't.
No, no. Do one to the Netflix show I worked on when it comes out next week.
That would be Glitter and Gold?
Glitter and
That
Gold.
Glitter and Gold. Well,
Yeah.
you'll hear us on it, so, hmm,
Yeah, just a little bit.
just
You
a
might hear
little
a little
bit.
podcast audio.
You might hear a little bit. Alright, well, that's news of the week for mid-January, and, that means the Olympics are coming